enjoying the live so far, but I don't care about that. It don't matter. You know, I'm just gonna speak some words of inspiration. I'll post this on my story later. But I just wanted to speak some words of inspiration to some people that need it. You know, lately a lot's been going on in my life and stuff, and if you're close to me, you know, you'll know and stuff. If I told you or not, if I haven't told you, then you probably won't know. But, you know, you can't always look at bad things with a negative outlook. You gotta look at them with a positive outlook, because if you don't, everything's always just gonna end up bad. And I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's just like, you gotta look at it like that. You know, whatever's going on in your life, you know, if you're having relationship issues, if you're having family issues, if you're having school related issues, you gotta get through them. You gotta look past them. You gotta do you. Because if you don't, then life will consume you. You can't fight it. You can't run from it. You gotta do it. I know that you are destined for great things. Everyone has their own purpose and everyone has their own story. Whether you believe in God or not, He is always watching you. He's always there for you. It don't matter if you think you all hot shit, you think that you better than everybody else, you think that you can do it by yourself, you can't. You need someone to be there for you. But that's not always the truth though, because you can be there for yourself, but you need to be there for yourself in a positive way. If you're in a toxic relationship, you need to get out of it. If you and your family member are having problems, you need to fix it. You know, it's hard. It's hard acting like you don't know what you're doing with your life. You don't know what you don't feel like you gonna get through it. You don't feel like you're gonna be able to do it and everything. You feel like everything's just raining down on you. You feel like things are just coming down on you. But you gotta be humble with yourself. You gotta respect for yourself. You gotta be truthful and honest to yourself, and you gotta be loving to yourself. Because if you don't, then you're just gonna crumble. You're just gonna fall down and you're going to hit rock bottom, and you don't know if you're going to be able to get back up, and you're going to doubt yourself, and you're going to put yourself in a negative lifestyle. You'll probably and most likely get involved with drugs. You'll probably get involved with gang members and gangs. You probably get related in drinking. You'll get addicted. You get addicted to pills and stuff. So that's why you gotta have a positive outlook on stuff. That's why you gotta be there for yourself. You gotta respect yourself. Because the most beautiful creation ever is yourself. You gotta be there for yourself. And you gotta be there for other people. Don't matter who you are, don't matter what you're doing with your life, how are you doing in your life. You always gotta be loving and caring. Because that has a positive, it'll bounce back onto you. When you show love to people, and when you show love to people, like to just random people on the street, they're gonna show you love back. You don't even know, like, you can go up to some stranger and you can just show love to them, and you can respect them, and you can just like say something nice to them, and they're gonna compliment you back, and they're gonna say thank you, and you don't even know this person. That's why you gotta be respectful and happy all the time. You always gotta keep a positive outlook on things. Because out there somewhere, there's someone that cares about you. There's someone who's thinking about you and praying about you. You know, recently I've had a really hard time. Like just thinking about that. But it's like, if you are close to me and you're my friend and stuff, and you know stuff about me, you know darn well that I'm very visual and I think about a lot of things at the same time. I think about a lot of stuff, and I had to realize that, you know, I felt like my life sucked. I felt like, nothing was going well for me. I felt like everything was just crumbling down on me. I had my grandfather that passed away, like, maybe in 2000. He passed away in 2013, so that's like, what, 6 years ago he passed away. And I never got to fully, deal with I never got to fully mourn his death and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I never got to fully mourn his death, and I'm over here just realizing it, because recently I just lost, like, a brother figure. He was very close to me, even though he was just a baby and stuff, and I'm really sad that I had to lose him and stuff, because, it hurts, and life goes on and stuff, and even though all my family right now, that we were fighting for him, his little heart and stuff, he was holding on, and he was being so strong, but eventually he had to go, and his death brought up, it just reminded me of my grandpa. I never got to fully mourn his death. And for the longest time I was heartbroken, because I felt like I couldn't do nothing right in my life and stuff. I felt like I couldn't be happy, and I was lying to myself. Recently I talked to my mom, and I told her about what was going on and how I felt, and she told me, my mom and some of my other friends and stuff, really close friends that I love and appreciate and stuff, they stay close to me, and they always inspire me every day, and I respect that so much. My mom is one of those people, and she literally inspires me every day. She always sends an inspiring text, and, like, it makes my day. But she was basically just inspiring me. She told me that how much she misses my grandpa as well, but she says that my grandpa was a great man, and I remind her a lot of my grandfather. My grandpa, and I don't really know if I should be sharing this, but I'm gonna share this because it's whatever. My mom used to live with my dad. Not my dad. My mom used to live with her dad whenever she was younger, right? And I have a lot of other uncles and aunts and stuff that are her siblings, but they were living with my grandma, my mom's mom. And my grandpa, they went over to my grandma's house one time, and they were just like, my Uncle Mark was sitting on the ground, and he was eating cereal. I don't know why, but I don't know. They were too poor to be eating at a table because they didn't have enough money to purchase one. And they were eating at a table, not at a table, they were eating, my Uncle Mark was eating on the floor. And my grandpa was, like, upset because he's like, why is my son sitting on the ground? And he's not his son either. That's not even his son. And that's the thing is that my mom said, Dad, why don't we just take them with us? And my grandpa said, you know what? I think we're going to do that. And he took all of them in. He took my Uncle Mark. He took my Uncle Lupe and Jose. He took my Aunt Marisol. And though I don't even know if those are his actual kids, I think Melissa, my mom, was the only other kid that was actually his and stuff. And he took in kids that were not his. And that reminds me a lot of Gary Prio and stuff. Like, he took in kids on the ranch and stuff just to take care of him and stuff. And that reminds me of that. My grandpa was a very caring heart. I could tell you a whole bunch of other stories, but I think I'm going to start off with this one other one. And this is just trying to be inspiring and stuff, that you and your bloodline, no matter where you come from and stuff, can be a great and inspiring person and happy. Well, this one time, I'm gonna name two different things. My grandpa, crazy as is, he's like 70 something years old. My sister Destiny was, we were at the house or whatever, and my sister Destiny was falling asleep, right? She's still a baby, and he was falling asleep, and, you know, he went up to give, my sister Destiny, I'm sorry, I'm like looking at the messages and stuff. Okay, back to the story. He went up to go give my sister Destiny a hug. No, a kiss goodnight. And I thought that was crazy. I'm like, my grandpa, he's immobile. He was not able to walk because of his age, and he had to constantly be like, if he had want to go somewhere, even in the bathroom, he had to go in a wheelchair. He didn't go in the bathroom in the wheelchair, but like, you know what I mean? Like, he was stuck in a wheelchair basically because of his age and how old he was, and he couldn't really walk. But my grandpa, being loving and caring as he was and stuff, he wanted to give my sister Destiny, my little baby sister Destiny, a kiss goodnight. And he literally leaned over and was trying to give her a kiss goodnight, and he did, but then he fell on her. And I thought that was so funny, but it was just like, I don't know. You know, another inspiring story was whenever my grandpa, another time, this was 6 months before my grandpa had passed away. And it was 6 months before he passed away, right? And this was probably like the last time that I saw him, you know? And last time I saw him, you know, we weren't supposed to go see him, but we were with my dad. Long story short, my dad took us to go see our mom. And my mom, we saw our mom for the first time in like 5 years. And we saw our grandpa at the house that he wasn't living at the same house that we grew up in, but he was living down the street. And he's a man that inspires me and stuff. He was basically like my father. You know? And, you know, one of the heartbreaking moments that I remember him doing was that day that it was me, my brother, and my mom and my grandpa sitting in this room at this new house that he lived in. And we were in the living room, right? We're talking and stuff. My brother was doubting himself and stuff, and he was just like, you know, Grandpa, like, I don't know if I could do it anymore. Like, my life is just horrible and stuff. And, like, I want to be with my family and stuff, and I don't want to be with my dad's side of the family. I want to be with y'all, and I miss y'all, and I feel like I'm just not doing anything right. That old man, my grandpa, got up, and he walked to my brother. He's like 76 now. He is old. He cannot walk. He walks up to my brother and nearly falls, but catches himself. And he gives my brother a kiss on the forehead, and he hugs him. My mom and me were so scared and so, like, in awe, because he hasn't walked in, like, years. And my grandpa, that's just the inspiring thing. I know it's like, it kind of took forever to like say those stories, but that's the inspiring thing that I wanted to tell y'all. Is that this man, regardless of his age and what life's things are holding him back and stuff, he's going to keep doing what he wants to, and he's going to show love, and he's going to do whatever he wants. Because it's his choice in his life. He's not going to let he's not gonna let a wheelchair compel him to not walking and giving his grandson one last hug and one last kiss. Cause I'm not even lying with y'all. That's probably like the last time that I saw my grandpa. And it's sad, I know, but it's just like, that man inspired me. I don't know if I'm ever gonna forget him. I'm still dealing with his death at this moment, but it's like, I've been looking at things a lot with a better outlook and a positive outlook, because I know that he's watching over me. I know that he's still here for me, even though he's gone. But I had to think about it, and I had to ask myself, is he really gone? Because he has a place right here in my heart. My word of advice to people who are listening and people who are going to hear about this, because I'm going to post on my story, just keep your head up. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. It don't matter where you come from and who you are. You can do anything, and I believe in you. God believes in you. And I know someone out there cares and loves for you. That's all I gotta say. See y'all later.